The Vaxee PA has been around for quite a while, but not something that I've used or tested yet. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about this pad, but first, kind of just going through the pad itself. It is smaller than most of the pads in the market. Typically, whenever you get something, it's 490 by 420, maybe a 500 by 500. This is 470 by 390, so it is a smaller version than what you would typically get. I personally don't have any issues using this pad. Outside of that, whenever we talk about this mouse pad, it's 3.5 millimeters thick, doesn't have any stitching, but I haven't had any issues on the sides, anything unraveling or anything like that. So overall, the mouse pad is built very well. The one thing that I would mention is it's closer to a mid. It's pretty hard. It doesn't have very much cushion as you push into the pad itself. And something that I noticed is just the overall surface is definitely slower. In terms of overall tracking, it feels very slow. Using something like core pads or maybe something like the plastics from TJX, these are usually the two that I've used. I have been using my GPX a lot again, and these have Ghost Glides on them, the original Ghost Glide skates. And just overall using the pad itself, there's not like a big difference between the X and the Y. But one thing that I noticed is just in overall tracking, there is a lot more friction, so it is a slower pad. I think this is really intended more for TAC FPS, but you can use it for other games. Again, I typically don't play a whole lot of TAC FPS. I primarily play games like Apex, Fortnite, things like that. But overall, just in overall tracking, it does feel slower. I think if you took the Infinity Mice control, this is still slower in terms of the overall surface and feeling of the pad itself. So, I mean, it's definitely more on the control end. The Vaxee PA, it has been out for a while, but not something that I've tried or tested yet. And honestly, I've been having a pretty good time on this pad. I think this one specifically is one of my favorite designs. I like the things that Vaxee is doing in terms of the mousepad designs, having everyone in the community post their own pictures and then kind of taking that and using that to have different designs throughout the year. I think that's a really cool and special idea. I know they recently dropped their new speed pads, so it's definitely something that I'll need to pick up and test out. I do think if you're looking for a solid control pad, I think you can definitely get that with the PA. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comment section down below, and I will catch you all next time. Start a riot.